Perfect. Wonderful. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining us today. My name is Caroline Rashingo. For those of you that were able to join us yesterday for the Student Life panel, today we're taking you even further. We're bringing in some wonderful alumni from various parts of the world, both undergrad and postgraduate students, and they're going to be really sharing their journey of studying at Warwick and life after Warwick, really. So welcome to the alumni panel session. My name is Caroline Rashingo. I've been at Warwick for just over 5 years, and my remit at Warwick has been really in terms of international student recruitment. For those who want to know, I work in Kate Winston team, and I cover our recruitment and engagement activity on the Africa continent. Most recently, I also took another position with the Warwick Institute of Public Engagement, and I'm also an associate fellow. And I'm sure you've guessed or you've gathered, I'll be your moderator for today. So as you join us, please let us know where you're coming, where you're joining us from. I'll put it in the chat. We'd love to make you feel welcome. And also, we'll probably say hi in your local language or welcome in your local language. So feel free to put that in the chat. I do have some questions that I've prepared for today, and that will basically be around sort of navigating and getting really to know our alumni and what they've been able to do, basically at Warwick, what they study, and the journey post Warwick. We do have two other alumni that will be joining us shortly, currently experiencing technical difficulties, but they will be joining us shortly from Ghana and from India as well. So stay tuned. There'll be more of us joining us today. So again, thank you all for joining us. And I can see Harsh is joining us as well. So that's Harsh from India, one of our alumni from India joining us. And again, our alumni will just tell you about their Warwick journey, what they study, and what they're doing now. So to kick things off, in alphabetical order, I want to basically invite our panelists. Again, thank you all to our wonderful panelists for giving your time to basically be here today to share with our external stakeholder about your Warwick journey and life after Warwick. So if you can just basically briefly introduce yourself in 1 or 2 minutes, tell us where you're from and where you are based now, in case that has changed, and what you study at Warwick and why you chose Warwick. So taking you really back memory lane. So again, starting with Joseph.
Thank you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Ni hao. So I'm Joseph. It's my great pleasure meeting all of you today virtually, especially seeing so many Warwickers together. And thank you, Caroline, for arranging such a nice conference and the opportunity for me for sharing. So a brief introduction for myself. I'm currently working at NXP, that's one of the world's leading automotive semiconductors company. I'm doing capacity and supply chain management. At the same time, I am the Secretary General of the Warwick Alumni Association of Taiwan. So going back to my student life, so I was studying at Warwick Manufacturing Group for a master degree of international trade, strategy, and operations at the ITSO under WMG. That's what we call during 2016 to 2017, and it's a year that certainly I would say inspires and changes my career life. I don't know if I'm having a limitation to the time, so or I can have somehow a bit longer sharing, Caroline. So
there will be plenty of time to even go further in terms of your experience. So thank you very much, Joseph, for that introduction and for telling us what you study and what you're doing now. I want to sort of like talk about how you've been able to transition, sort of like the skills that you're able to gain from Warwick University. Oh, perfect. So I can see already there are a couple of questions coming in, so keep them coming. Again, starting with Joseph, how did you approach your job search when you were a student to make sure that you'll be able to land the job or sort of like develop your skills? So if you can just talk about that as well. So how did you approach or navigate your job search? Did you go to various department within the university for support? How did you develop your skills as well to make you more employable?
Yeah, so that's my story. When I first arrived at Warwick, I'm having the one only goal that like many of the international students, that is to stay and work in the UK after graduation, gain experiences as much as possible. So but I can still remember it's in November. So Warwick held an on-campus career fair. Not only invited many of the top and well-known companies from various industries, bridging those open vacancies to the students, but also provided cover letter editing service and so-called career consulting service. So that was my first time really having a chance to step into the UK job market, knowing a clear picture of it, what's the average salary, what's going on there in the industry, and how can we stand out from the crowd, and even how to come up with a fine CV. So as an international student, there's nothing better and more effective than getting local and professional guidance. And that's how Warwick's Career Center was directly supporting myself. Yeah, appreciate it. And after a few months of hard work, yes, I had successfully got a job in London in a high-tech startup, started after finishing my dissertation.
Oh, perfect. Okay, thank you for giving us the journey that you went through and sort of like the support that you're able to tap into, or the opportunity that you're able to tap into whilst being a student on campus as well. I'm gonna move on to Joseph. So again, if you can just tell us as well, sort of like what competency skills you feel you're able to gain from Warwick that have been meaningful as you've navigated the various opportunity available to you on a career front.
Yeah. So except for time management and communication, those very, I would say, critical skills. Well, I would say there are two things I'm certainly learning from my study during Warwick life. First one is to be open-minded. So as you know, when we're studying at Warwick, especially WMG, the course design is very practical, as we're having a lot of team building, team activity, and the business simulation games during the courses. So you got a lot of chance to work and collaborate with the people from different field, different country, culture, different position and background. So that's very, very important for you to be open-minded, that you learn to collaborate and interact with them, no matter the result is saying good or bad, but it's a very valuable process that you're gonna miss it after this certain year of learning. So being very open-minded to people, because that's a great chance for you to learn from each other. And that's the first one, being very open-minded. And secondly, I would say it's not a skill, but somehow a practical eye view. So what I was learning from Warwick, again, that's a very practical course design, and that we're having lots of external tutors bringing reach of industry experiences. So what makes people build up is a practical eye view, that you're seeing things under a fairly more professional and experimental concept and framework that's making you to act and to interact and to deal with the things more professionally. So I think that the practical eye view somehow again from manufacturing group, and if you're saying that the real benefit of it, so that's making you to learn what a real life in the reality and in your working places while still studying in the school, and that will make you after graduation getting to work when doing the switching of yourself being very smooth and with a speed learning, because you actually learned the whole situation before in the school during your learning cycle. Yeah.
Oh, that's really great to hear. What I'm sort of like gaining from what you're mentioning is really having that bird eye view, but also being borderless. So being able to see things from various perspectives or various lenses. Yeah. So that's really good. Again, I'm just going to check to see whether we have Cecil back. Not yet. So moving on to Joseph, just in 30 seconds. Do you think you'd have achieved your current position if you didn't go to Warwick? Just in 30 seconds.
I would say no. As I think there's actually other ways to begin this position. But after I got the degree from Warwick, I would say I'm moving faster in my current position. As you know, as I said, we're having a very practical eye view and business concept of the industry and the way of working. So that helps me to get in the situation very fast and with speed learning. And that's somehow reality. So a degree from Warwick, meaning you've got a well-recognized education background somehow. So I'd say that making you getting more credit and competitiveness at the first interview, having the interview competing to each other. And also finally, I think somehow related to the relationship and networking. So you're meeting a great amount of alumni in the world, not limited to Warwick, but even people from all UK university. So with these background, your people are sharing the same experience and the stories. So it's actually easier for you to keep the connection and to support each other in the future, in the near future. So even during my current position or company career stories, we have a group of people who are graduated from the UK and even from Warwick as well. So we support each other, and that's somehow making you to getting more information, knowledge faster and smoother. Yeah.
Oh, perfect. So thank you for that as well, Joseph. Joseph, I'm coming to you from Taiwan.
Yep. Sorry, do you mind speak up again the question?
Yes, my question basically was around navigating uncertainty or building resilience in this uncertain time that we found ourselves in. So what advice would you give to our external stakeholder or even student that will be graduating soon in terms of how to navigate this and how to position themselves for opportunity?
So firstly, I would say ask for help. As from my experience during the year in Warwick, so there are a lot of resources, professional people and people with their expertise that they are ready to give you to support to your either student studying life or the career after. So just don't be hesitate to ask for help to anyone that your colleagues, your tutor, even the external tutors, the career center, the school, even a staff from the center house. I can still remember that they can assist to your living life in the UK. So just don't be hesitate to ask, as they are. Sometimes it will surprise you as you find out that there are a lot of resources being ready to you, and secondly, I would say you have to set up your own goal. So both the short-term goal and the long-term goal, that's somehow making you to understand at that certain moment what you are doing now and what you're gonna reach during these 1 year student life in the UK or after the graduation, and that's also the way. As you know, many of the international students, as they're studying abroad in the UK alone, so I would say having a goal set up is making you not to focus on the gain and loss. Not to focus on the gain and loss. Yeah. That would be my suggestion. So set up a goal and ask for help. Don't be hesitant.
Perfect. And now moving on to Joseph. Sort of like fun memories and the proudest achievement to date.
I would say the proudest achievement. So after graduation, like all Taiwanese students, I also invited to join the Warwick Alumni Association of Taiwan. And I said I became the Secretary General of this association. And just for people who's not that familiar with it, this association is supported by the agent UK Star in Taiwan, and guiding us to build up a big platform together for the alumni benefits. So we're trying to link every single Warwick alumni in Taiwan together, and aims to expand people's career, networking, and living life. So now we have become one of the most active alumni association in Taiwan among the all UK universities, and we're holding alumni events every month. We have collaboration with other alumni associations from other top UK universities. And importantly, what we have been doing is creating a channel for the alumni not to lose the connections with the school even after their graduation. So, our Warwick University representative has been playing an important role by forming close relationship with us, and also providing the latest updated information from the university. So I still remember what happened last year. We received a congratulation video from one of the representatives to be performed at our annual event. And all of the participants, around 100 of alumni, are just so happy and surprised to see it. So that's a best moment, the best achievement, I would say. So this is what we have been doing, and I'm just so pleasure and proud to be one of the alumni and being a part of this, I would say, the Warwick Life membership.
Perfect. It's great to hear the impact that you're making to make sure that, the community of Taiwanese students that have gone through the doors of Warwick continue to engage and connect and share best practices as well. And as we come to the end of this session, I just want to say thank you to our panelists, to all of you for joining us today. And I would also like to leave you all with 4 C's. I hope this will be encouraging or inspiring to students in your network or in your region. And this is basically 4 C's to succeed in life. And the 4 C's basically competence, confidence, connection, and charm. I'm going to break it down so that you can all understand where I'm coming from, according to my mentor. In terms of confidence, in terms of competence, in order for anyone to be competent, they need to be passionate about the subject matter that they're looking to study. So as you engage with your students, just really being able to understand the strengths and the weaknesses and how you can support them. And then my next one is in terms of connections. Allow students really to develop, to basically build their network. And as our panelists have mentioned today, being able to tap into having a community of having a community of people who keep them accountable have been able to, has helped them really navigate various opportunity or various obstacles that they've had thrown at them. And of course, opportunity in terms of connectivity, connection, that will allow students to really being able to get more opportunity in terms of maybe it's job offer or information and all of the like. My next one is confidence. So in terms of confidence, and of course, we all know that there's a difference between confidence and arrogance. And one can only be confident if you're really passionate and you are competent in your subject matter. Otherwise, that confidence becomes arrogant. I'm not going to mention any names or any politician, but I'm sure we all can relate. And then my last one is charm. So being able to know when to crack a joke and when to be serious. So I hope, as you've heard from our alumni and the journey that they've been through and how Warwick has supported them, this information will prove valuable to all the students in your network. And thank you for your continuous support as Warwick engage to impact more lives locally, regionally, and internationally. So thank you again to our panelists, to Emmanuel, to Joseph, to Xavier, to Harsh, and to Cecinam, all the way from Ghana, India, Taiwan, Belgium, and Washington, and of course, Spain. I was your moderator for today. My name was Caroline, and my name is Caroline Rashingwa, and I wish you a pleasant week ahead and a pleasant evening or a pleasant day ahead, whatever you may have planned. So thank you very much all, and thank you to our panelists again.